Hi, this is David House from Feasibility First, and today we're going to look at Microsoft Excel and how we can do an analysis of what prices you sell your goods for, whether or not you offer a discount, and what effect that has on your business, and basically what effect that has on the amount of money going into your pocket. So in this Microsoft Excel example, we're going to look at the income statement and the sales forecast sheet and your cash flow statement. Now this Excel file, I'll actually give it to you. All you have to do is email me, ask for a copy, and you can go through the same analysis that I'm going to do here for you as an example. So over here on the income statement, we're starting off assuming an income of $6,190. We're going to assume you're selling mucklucks. Now this could be anything else. We're just using mucklucks as an example. And that the price you sell each muckluck for is $500. And as you can see, each month, you're also going to be selling a different amount, 4, 8, 16 pairs throughout the months for a total of 62 pairs by the end of the year. And so it's the 62 sets at $500 is what's going to create the $6,190 in net income, and that is money in your pocket. Now that's generally true if you're the sole proprietor or the business owner or the sole director if you've incorporated. And so you have 62 pairs at $500. That creates $31,000 in revenue. We're taking off $10,000 in selling and admin expenses. The raw materials cost you $14,400, which leaves you with the $6,190. So this is a very basic accounting report. It's not including tax because that could be different depending on the province you're in. Now let's hop over to our cash flow statement. That's at the bottom of the Excel. And in the cash flow statement, you can see the receipts, and that's how much you make in sales each month. And then from each month, from those sales, we're deducting the expenses. So you might have some advertising expense, a business tax or business license or business fee expense, telephone, utilities, etc. Now, as a business owner, even if you work from home, you can write off a small portion of some of the expenses because they're being used to run your business. But in any case, in this analysis, you have $31,000 in total revenue across the year. From that gets subtracted the expenses of running the business. Also here, you are paying out $470 a month, hypothetically, to somebody to help create the mucklucks with you. It could be beads, artwork, anything. It doesn't matter if it's landscaping, whatever. Sometimes there are wages expenses. Okay. Also, we're assuming you have a supplies cost where you're buying the beaver pelts or the tanned moose hides to make your mucklucks. So what we're seeing then, back to here, is you have $500 in revenue. Now, when you're selling these, you might come into a scenario, and you might often hear this, is somebody trying to negotiate with you. Now, the person trying to negotiate with you, sometimes half of the fun of making a purchase is the negotiation. But what you need to understand is it's the price of what you're selling it for already is getting things deducted against it to make that money or make that product in the first place. And that's creating for you the $6,190 in revenue. And if you do the negotiation and they reduce the price, okay, that's going to have an effect on your net income. And we're assuming net income, you're the only business owner. Net income is basically going to be the money in your pocket. And so let's say they negotiate and you give a 20% discount, and that puts the price at $400 a pair. What is the effect on the business now that you're negotiating and giving discounts of $400 a pair on your business? By bringing the price down to $400, your net income now is minus $10. So basically you've run a business to give away $10. All those hours of hard work, you now have minus $10 because your original price was $500. You allowed for a 20% discount that reduced the revenue in the business, but the expenses are still going to be the same. The expenses don't change. The tan moose hide, the beaver pelt, all that still cost the same. So the effect is now you have less revenue minus the same expenses, creating minus $10. Sometimes I look at these scenarios from my own business, and when people are asking for a better price, and I come up with, I'll see something like minus 10 or minus $20, and I'll say to them, not rudely, but just to make a point, in this scenario that you're suggesting for a discount, I'm better off of giving you $20 and we end the transaction that way. I don't actually sell you anything. I'm better off. So in this scenario, you're better off telling the person, if I give you $5 and we don't even do a transaction, like I just give it to you as a gift, I'm better off because giving you this discount is creating a net $10 at the end of the year for me. And so this is what you have sometimes when you give discounts, especially if you already have a price set so competitively that you want to get the sale. So what we're going to talk about then is some strategies possibly to allow for a discount, but always to make sure your expenses are covered. So let's bring this back to the 500. Okay, and as you can see, you're back to your $6,190. But what if we change the price to $700 per mukluk for the pair? So we put in the $700 here, and this is just a what if scenario. What if I sell my products, any product, whatever it is, for $700 or whatever price you determine, and considering the expenses I put in, which are almost never going to change, what is the effect going to be on the net income? What is the effect going to be on the amount of money that goes in my pocket? So one of the things we can do to get more value for our product, for example, if it's mukluks, if it's artwork, beading, crafts, etc., consider this. These tourists are spending $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000 to come visit Northern Canada or throughout Canada. Okay? Now, if they've already spent that amount and they want to take an authentic gift back with them, and they see your mukluks and they think this is authentic Canadian, a part of Canadian Indigenous culture, I want to take this back with me. So often when they take something back like mukluks, they're going on a display case or they're going somewhere where friends can look at them and they can tell the story. But what story are they going to tell them? Are they going to tell them the story of they went to your community, they saw them at a table, and they bought them and they negotiated a good price, and that's the story? Or are they coming and they're buying them and you're educating them? You're telling them about how you learned how to make this product, the history of this product. So the history of mukluk use, where the products materials came from. It's 100% Canadian, tanned Canadian moose hide, beaver pelts are from Canadian. Your story about being an Indigenous Canadian, what your connection is to the land, and that these products are a part of the land, and why you chose any embellishments on the design. So did you put artwork into the design? What's the meaning of that artwork? What's the cultural meaning? So now these mukluks become more than just mukluks. They're a cultural experience that they now know about and can tell that story to their friend. So let's put the price now at $700 because they're buying more than mukluks. And as you can see, your net income price, your net income, $18,590. So that's different than minus $10, obviously. So you can go two ways with your price. You can lower it. You can go three ways with your price. You can keep it the same, what you set at $500, creating $61.90 at the end of the year. You can put it to $700. And at $700 a pair, by creating a story around your product, look at how your net income changed, $18,590. Your revenues have gone way up. The expenses are still almost the same. Now you're going to have to still pay a little more on raw material costs because the more you sell, but we're still only selling those 62 sets. So in fact, your raw material costs are the same. You're only increasing the price. And say you set the price at $700 and they still want it to negotiate. Well, now at $700, you have room to negotiate. So at $560, you're still almost making $10,000 in net income. That was way better than your $500 price. Maybe you sell it for $650, you give them a tiny discount. But what the point is set the price high Tell the story, add value, understand that this product is not just mucklucks that you wear on your feet to walk around. They're a piece of art that people who have spent $10,000 and $20,000 to come visit Northern Canada or other parts of Canada have spent, that they're willing to spend $700 for your artwork, your creation, because they want something authentic. So you can set it at $700, and if the price stays there, you're making almost $19,000 in revenue. You can give a discount and still make much more than you were making at $500. And the thing is too about this whole sales process is you can only make so many pairs of mucklucks because it takes many hours to make a pair. You can only make so many. So even with your helper, I have the number here set at 62 pairs a year that you could make. And if you have 62 buyers, okay, they're all gone, right? There's no extras left over that you even need to worry about for selling to make money because you're afraid you're going to lose money. You didn't sell them all. Now, if you have a table set up with 4 pairs of mucklucks and there's 10 tourists looking at them, or 5 tourists, you have more people interested in them than you have for sale. So if you set the price of your 5 pairs to be so high that there's no longer 10 buyers, that there's only 5 buyers, and that's all you need. You have 5 pairs, you only need 5 buyers. So why are you selling it for a price where 10 buyers want them? Right? It's kind of a waste because you can't meet the needs of the 10 buyers. So if you have a pair of mucklucks in front and there's multiple people that want them and you can only make so many, don't set the price so low that everybody will buy them. Set the price where, for example, you can make 62 pairs of mucklucks in a year, that there's 62 people willing to pay the price you want. And that price could be the $700. If you set the price at $500, there might be 100 or 200 buyers waiting. But only 62 people can buy. So you sold your 62 for $500. Set the price at $700. Maybe there's 70 buyers who is willing to buy them. You sell them all. In any case, you're going to sell them all. It's trying to find out how much in demand your product is and setting the price for that demand, because you're not just selling a commodity. You're not selling what anybody can buy anywhere. This is a special product that they can only buy from you and a few other people, and it's a very well-connected product to the ground, to the culture, to the Canadian history. And that's what you're selling. So use this Excel sheet to change the price back and forth. Set your expenses, get those right, and then do these what-if scenarios. What if I sell my mucklucks for $700? Or artwork, beading, earrings, whatever it is, set the price that you normally sell it for, put in your expenses, and you'll see at the end of the year what your net income is, which is basically the money that goes in your pocket. Then raise the price and see how that changes, because generally your expenses are going to be the same, generally. If you had to buy more product because your sales go up, then those expenses are going to go up too, but that's a different story. So for this Excel sheet, you're invited to email me and ask for a copy, and I'm very happy to give you this copy. It's important that you understand negotiating, how it can affect the bottom line, and that if you create something beautiful, the demand is there and you get to set the price. Now, it's not a good thing to set the price so high that there's no buyers because you priced yourself out of the market, but it's a bit of experimentation to find what that price is. And if you find already you're selling everything that you can produce, maybe your price is a little low, try increasing the price. And keep doing it till maybe you only have one left over at the end of the year, and that's when you know you found the right price. Now, in another video, I'm going to talk about how to increase value by telling that story by some simple merchandising tricks. But for now, I just wanted to introduce Microsoft Excel and how it can help you set your price better. So feel free to email me, and I'll send you a copy, and you can try this out for yourself for free. Okay, thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.